All right, positive energy all the time. Here I go. Here I go. Make sure you subscribe to Black on Black Sports. I haven't posted over there in a while. I'm going to get that back kicking off. I got a lot of irons in the fire, so I had to postpone that project for a minute. But go subscribe anyway, so you'll be there when it kicks back off. It's going to be a lot of black sports history over there. Well, how's everybody doing? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. As I have another interesting conversation, as I always do. Rep your city, rep your city. We got San Jose in the building. Everybody on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and my other Facebook. Follow me on both Facebooks. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. I need to go start posting on Facebook again, I think. I haven't been over there in years. I just post from YouTube. Here we go. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. I'm going to talk about Steph Curry and LeBron James. This is an interesting take I got on this. Come in. I want to share this with especially younger generation and the older generation. I feel like my take on LeBron James can't 100% be understood by a younger generation. I don't feel younger men seen the transition like my son, my youngest son. So I think my son would not be able to comprehend my critique on LeBron. I don't think so, in all honesty. So I could see how it wouldn't make much sense what I say about LeBron to my son. I'm going to break that down. It's going to be a great conversation. I put this conversation together and I had to go and take care of some business right quick before it was time to go live. That's why I'm a little late. So I was thinking about my conversation. So let me start out there. I was thinking about my conversation, right? And I was thinking about why I don't really like LeBron James like sports people like LeBron James. I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out why I don't really get into LeBron James. And so, I like to be honest. So I just started going back in my mental Rolodex, right? So I started going back in my mental Rolodex, and I went back to when, because I don't watch the NBA at all now. I don't watch sports at all. I've been stopped watching baseball. Somebody told me now in baseball, when they go to extra innings, they start out with a man on second base. I can't with the sports. The sports, oh my God. That's another video. But the sports, when the sports is brought to you by sports betting, how unrealistic can you get? When sports, the advertiser for sports is betting. Come on. Come on. real sports fans should be totally, real basketball fans, you should be totally ashamed of yourself to tolerate what they call basketball or what they call sports in general. It's a sign of the times. People go for anything, right? That's a whole nother video. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But so I went back in my mental Rolodex to when we were watching LeBron come out of school. And we were all excited for this young brother, LeBron. We couldn't wait to see him in the NBA. And I remember when he came to the NBA and I watched him. And because he was a rookie, we didn't put much uh, pressure on him like that. We watched him and we thought he was great. Coming out of school like that and going to the NBA, we thought, oh, he's great, right? So I remember watching him at Cleveland, and I remember his attributes. I remember he had a really good long jump shot, right? He had a really good long jump shot. He was big, he was athletic, and he was fast for his size. He wasn't fast in terms of the NBA player, but for his size, he was fast, which meant somebody his size can't guard him because he was faster than a big person like that, right? That gave him an advantage. I remember that. That was one of his attributes. He was fast to be that size, and he could shoot a long jumper pretty well. He was very strong going to the hole. So he had a strong, if you could get him the ball as he cut to the basket, he could just dominate and just force it in there. So he was strong. This is when he was young. I watched him when he was young. He was strong. So I like, oh, this guy, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But he never, for me, he never, for me, got me to the point that other NBA players had. He was always just good to me. He wasn't, and that's because I've been watching basketball a long time. So he wasn't like a Dr. J. He wasn't like a Walt Frazier. He wasn't like a Michael Jordan, a Clyde Drexler. He wasn't like a Dominique Wilkins. He never had that pizzazz. He always had that he was just big, right? Because I was thinking about this, why I never really liked LeBron James. And another reason I never liked him like that is because the NBA began to change. So LeBron comes in when the NBA starts to fall off. And one of the main things is no handles. Handles went away, which makes a lot of sense when I thought about it right before I went live. So I went to break down how I analyze myself. I was trying to figure out why I don't like him. And I figured it out. No handles. As the three got more popular, handles went away. There was no need to be able to move like a Kobe. There was no need to be able to dribble like a Allen Iverson. There was no need to have any handles. The whole game turned into pass, 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 shoot a three. Pass, 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 shoot a three. If you get open, go to the bucket. So now I see why I don't like him like that. Dr. J didn't actually have handles, but he had these big hands, so he would be able to fool you with his hands and go real quick and dunk. But he was able to run real fast down the court and beat you down the court and get a lot of easy dunks. But We had Earl of Pearl Monroe. You had to have handles. Michael Jordan could had handles. Kobe had handles. Allen Iverson had handles. You used to have to be able to dribble the ball. LeBron James came in where you didn't have to do that anymore. We still had Dwayne Wade had some handles. We had Kyrie Irving had some handles. We had a few. We had a few still that could dribble. And I know that's why I don't like LeBron because the NBA took away dribbling. Dribbling is gone. Dribbling is gone. You don't have to be able to dribble at all. You don't have to be able to create your own shot. All the shots is ran through picks. You just run picks. You get open with picks. And that's why I don't like LeBron. Because you used to have to get open on your own. And you used to have to play your man. And the NBA is playing college basketball. So that's why I don't like the NBA and that's why I don't like LeBron. Because they're playing college basketball. They're not playing professional basketball. That's why I don't like him. It's not all his fault. Because the NBA now is college basketball. That is not professional basketball. Not at all. Now, if you're young, I'm not going to debate with you because you don't know what I'm talking about. You're a baby. You don't know. So that's what it made sense why it was the big difference between me and some of the younger brothers that like LeBron. Because you don't know. You don't know what you're looking at. You can't know what you're looking at if you didn't look at what was originally there. So if you're born and that's what you see, yeah, you're going to think he's good because he's doing good based on that game. But that game sucks. The NBA is horrible. It's it's college basketball. It's high school basketball. The NBA is playing high school basketball and college basketball. It's not pro basketball anymore. The NBA is a zone. They play in zones. See, when I was growing up in high school, we would play one. You had to stick your man and play 1-on-1, and then you would transition into a zone, back to 1-on-1, into a zone, back to 1-on-1. College start pushing the zone more. So the difference between high school, like in the 70s, 80s, the difference between high school and college is high school, you stuck your man, and the coach had you play a zone sometime, and then man to man, play a zone, man to man. Then college coaches just start running zones, zone, zone, zone. That's why college basketball sucked until you get to the finals. And then the NBA was man to man. NBA wasn't no zones. Wasn't no zones, stick your man. Wasn't no zone. Over the years, the NBA now they play a zone. They play zones and pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. So now the pick is how you get open. I got the ball. You come run up next to my man, block him. A Draymond Green will run up. I got the ball. You're sticking me. Draymond Green will run up right here. Then I'll go around him. Right? Like no handles. Right? When I was playing and you on me, I got to shake you. I got to get away from you my own. Ain't no man finna come up and block you. The NBA was if you on Kobe, Kobe got to shake you himself. Ain't none of this run around a pick. Lots of players got hurt with the pick because you turn around, you run into a man. I don't like it. It sucks. It's horrible. Picks, they should get rid of that because you're going to get hurt. Because I'm watching you. But you're this guy that snuck up on side of me. And you take off, and I go to take off and run into his shoulder. Like, what? That's why so many NBA players are hurt because of the pick. They need to get rid of that because he's sticking his man. He ain't got time to. I ain't got no time to be trying to see if somebody's standing on side of me. Like, what kind of weirdo stuff is that? So between zones, picks, and threes, the NBA is total trash. I'm talking about. I haven't watched it in a year. It's trash. It's trash. So LeBron is trash because LeBron is not playing real professional basketball. He's playing picks and zones. He's playing college basketball. That's what he's playing. He's garbage. He's not a professional basketball player. Nobody in the pros is a professional. You know, no, nobody in the NBA today is a real professional basketball player because the NBA is not professional basketball. It's picks, zones, and threes. No handles. Just pick zones and threes. Pick zones and threes. Nobody can get open on their own. You got to come stand and block his man so he can run around his man and get an easy shot. You don't have to get your own shot. I just dribble. My man's on me. I let you run up on side of him. Then I run around you and get my shot. Not like when I used to play and you sticking me. Hey, it's me and you. It's 10 people playing, and each one of us is playing one-on-one. The shooting guard is playing one-on-one with the other shooting guard. The point guard is playing one-on-one with that point guard. The small forward is playing one-on-one with the small forward. The big forward is playing one-on-one with that forward, and the center is playing one-on-one with the center. All 10 people is playing one-on-one. You a center, you got to beat the center. You a power forward, you got to beat the power forward. You a small forward, you got to beat the small forward. You a shooting guard, you got to beat the other shooting guard. Ain't nobody finna save you. Well, now with a pick, I could leave my man. So now somebody that don't play my position got to run up and guard me. What the hell is that? So it's total trash. I mean, it's garbage. The NBA is garbage. I haven't watched it in years. Not to mention it's brought to you by sporting. It's brought to you by gambling, which I can't believe that's not a conflict of interest. I can't believe sports fans. You call yourself a real sports fan. I can't believe that you don't take that as a conflict of interest. So the fans suck. You're the worst fans ever. You're garbage because you don't care about the game. As long as your team wins, you wouldn't give a damn how they win. You're cheerleaders. You're not really sports fans. You don't care. Because that NBA final, if you believe that was a real series, that's on you. But to me, the fix was in. To me. That wasn't a real. That wasn't a real. New York is just cheering. You know, that proves my point, just cheering because New York won. But rather it was a real game or not. There aren't any more sports fans. So it then turned into cheerleaders. It turned into, you don't even know how to play the game. All you're doing is cheering for your city. See, when I was coming up, you had to really play. The only people that was really caught up in the game was hoopers. We was hoopers. My daddy took me to the game, but my daddy used to like to play. So when I was coming up, the majority of the fans play the game. In those days, your mama not watching the game, your sister not watching the game, somebody overweight is not watching the game. Back in the 70s, the only people watching the game all the time is hoopers or people that love basketball seriously, not city fans, not, oh, just Chicago fans, which I understand they're going to make more money if they get the fans to watch. That's more people. So you got a lot of people now just watching from the point of view of their city. They don't know a damn thing about the game or nothing, right? So they can do anything because there's nobody. Players aren't the largest audience. So I get it. I used to play. I've been playing since a baby. I've been playing basketball. My daddy put a basketball hoop in the backyard before I could make the ball reach. I had a basketball hoop in the backyard, and I couldn't even get the ball up there till the next summer. I couldn't get the ball up there. The next summer, I got the ball up there. Every now and then, it would go in. It took me 3 years before I could get the ball to really go in consistently, because I was a little bitty boy, and he put it. He put it 10 feet. He didn't get, now your baby get the little baby who. Nah, my daddy didn't play that. It was 10 feet. And figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to get it up there. So I've been hooping my whole growing up. So I had to figure out why I don't like them. So now I know why I don't like them. I don't even like the NBA. So it's hard for me to like LeBron when I don't like the NBA. The NBA is horrible. It's garbage. That's not pro basketball. It's not even good college basketball. I think the college players are better than the NBA players. I think college ball is better than the NBA, although the fix is in with that too. I don't watch that anymore too because they got it set up where certain teams always get the good players and the players go where there's the most popular coach and he's a famous coach, so he's going to win. It gets down to 4 teams, but it's really 4 famous coaches. Come on. So that's trash too, college too. Because college sports used to be, when the NCAA started, you didn't know who was going to win. Wasn't none of this, it's going to be Carolina or somebody every year. Wasn't none of that. You had to go and get it how you live. Now, that seems to be fixed too. I don't watch that either. I don't watch sports at all. It's garbage. It's total football. It's a good game. All of a sudden, the referee starts saying it was out. You was out of bounds, but your toe was in. All of a sudden, there's a weird call. You know what I'm saying? Football. The game be real good, and all of a sudden, there's a weird call. All of a sudden, I know everybody see it. I know you. I know I ain't the only one. I don't want. All of a sudden, it's a weird call. Your team loses. Dang on well that weird call had something to do with it. But everybody try to shake it off, and then in this the next game, so everybody blow it off the weird call that changed the whole game. Like y'all ever notice that in football? The weird call. Like football is not a whole lot of bad calls. They call it straight, but it'll be a bad call at the right time. Right? It's tripped out and be that call to just come from nowhere. And you're like, what? He caught that, right? Right? It'd be like, what? So it's really hard to look at something and believe in something when it's fake. Right? So that's what I was just recently thinking about after I put this together. So now let me get into this, what I'm putting together. And what I'm saying is, I really don't like LeBron James because he's the first team hopper in the NBA. His championships are basically fake. He messed the game up to get championships. Players used to build teams, stay and build teams. LeBron James will play over here, then he'll jump over there, then he'll jump over there, play at Cleveland, he'll run to Miami, he'll run back to Cleveland, he'll run to LA, and he's probably finna run somewhere else. He sucks. So I'm saying, if that's the way they want to play the game, and he's trying to get the record that he's the best, Steve Curry should do the same thing. Steve Curry should poop on LeBron. Steve Curry will go out as the best. If Steve Curry hopped teams like LeBron, Steve Curry would get way more championships than LeBron could ever dream of. And Steve Curry should go over there, should go to the Spurs. That's what you should do. If that's the way they want to play the game, put them two together and go ahead and get 4 or 5 championships, because that's how many they'll get. Steve Curry go play with Wemby. They getting at least 4 championships, at least. Easy. I'll tell you, if we cheat and we go stack teams, Curry should not let LeBron outdo him by jumping from team to team, and then history gonna give it to LeBron. Curry need to go. Curry's a better player than LeBron by far. Curry is a more dedicated player than LeBron by far. Stay with the same team. LeBron sucks. LeBron is not better than Curry. LeBron cheated and jumped from team to team. LeBron, it cheated. He cheated. He did what nobody ever did that. Men used to stay and build a team around him. You didn't see Michael Jordan. You didn't see Clyde Drexler. You didn't see these brothers jump around like LeBron. LeBron is garbage. He's basically cheated. He's taught no loyalty. He has no loyalty at all. He'll do anything to win. And I feel like Curry's getting cheated, because I feel like Curry, why would you let LeBron do that to have a better record than you? Why don't you go do what LeBron doing? If the NBA is going to let LeBron do it, Curry should do it. Curry should go play with Wemby and decimate LeBron's record, because he would. Because LeBron's career, he ain't got nothing but a year. If he try to play another year, he's getting old. If Curry go play with Wemby, Curry could play another 5 or 6 years, because I would take a lot of stress off of Curry. Now LeBron is trash. LeBron is a team hopper. Okay, LeBron is a team hopper. How many teams LeBron been on? LeBron is a professional team hopper. He sucks. You're the nerd explorer. Why would I listen to you? You call yourself a nerd. Why would I listen to you? You probably can't play no sports, and you're a fan. You're probably just a fan. LeBron is a professional team hopper. He ran there and ran back to Cleveland. Then he ran there and he ran to LA, and now he's trying to run again. Nobody in the NBA ever jumped around like LeBron. Yeah, he's the GOAT. GOAT stands for GOAT. He goes on all the teams. He's a GOAT. Goes on all teams. So he's a GOAT, all right. You know what I'm saying? He's the GOAT. He goes on all teams. He sucks. He's not when historically LeBron is going to be a nobody. Every time they bring up LeBron, they're going to bring up he's a team hopper. He just hop to hop to hop to hop, hop to hop. Kevin Durant too. Just hop around. He's hop from team to team. He's not getting any respect. He's not getting no respect like a Kobe Bryant or nobody like that. LeBron sucks. He's ruined the NBA. He's ruined sports. He's a bunny rabbit, okay? He's a bunny rabbit. He gonna get no respect. Now, you can't hoop. You can't play no ball. Yeah, you can't play. You can't hoop. So you a cheerleader. You can't hoop. Listen, I am 67. I am 68 years old. The nerd. Or I'll take you on the court right now. They can film it. I'll do you. First one to 21 win. I'll do you ugly at 68. You can't even beat me. I'll do you ugly. I'll shoot you off the court. You're not a hooper. You're a fan. You can't hoop. Bad. Like, hey, y'all want to go viral? Put the money up, get the court, and get dude and get me, and put the bag up. And the score going to be like 21-8. 21-8. It's going to be 21-8. I'll shoot his light bulbs out. I shoot his eyeballs out. I really do that. The only thing stopped me from being really good is I got little hands. But I got that touch, though. You know, and the basketball, you got to have a light touch. If you got a light touch, it'll bounce in. If you got a hard touch and you miss it, it'll bounce off. With basketball, it's about if you got a light touch and a straight aim, it's going to go in. It's going to always go in. You know, it's about a touch. If you got that light touch, and you got the power to measure your strength, and you measure, and you got that feel how hard you have to throw it to get it to the hoop, you're going to score all day. Y'all shoot your lights out. You can't hoop. I don't want to argue with no nerd that you can't box, you can't do nothing. You're a nerd. You was on the porch. Your mommy kept you on the porch. You know what I'm saying? You was watching Teletubbies and stuff. You wasn't outside like Big Fur. I'm not going to argue with you. You might even like dude nowadays. Some of these dudes, you know, you might even like LeBron. You know, you might, you know, nowadays, you just never know why a dude like another dude nowadays, right? But what I'm saying is, LeBron James and Steph Curry are actually tied as both players have won 4 NBA championships. So he's not better than Steph Curry as far as champion. While they have the same number of rings, their path to those champions are different. LeBron James won his 4 titles playing for 3 different franchises. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Right there, Curry is better. LeBron is a team hopper. LeBron cheated and had to go stack his teams to win. He didn't work hard and let them stay there and let them make the trades to build the team. He ran from team to team to team. He'll never be respected as a great NBA player by real basketball people. He'll always be looked at somebody that cheated to win. That's just what it's going to be. He's never going to be no GOAT running from team to team. Not even. These are people that say the GOAT can't play. They're not sports fans. No real basketball player is going to say you the GOAT when you ran behind other good players and they helped you win and you take all the credit. He cannot take all the credit if he had to run where other good players were at. Basically, he can't take the credit for running with Dwayne Wade and winning the ring. Dwayne Wade gets that credit. Because why you couldn't win without Dwayne? And Dwayne was better than Kobe by far. Come on. If Dwayne Wade would have ran from team to team, Dwayne would have 5 or 6 rings right now. These are facts. If Dwayne Wade would have ran from team to team, Dwayne Wade would have at least 5 rings. Tell me I'm lying. Dwayne Wade wouldn't have 5 rings? I'm just being honest. If Dwayne Wade was a team hopper, Dwayne Wade wouldn't have 5 rings? What about Shaq? If Shaq was a team hopper, Shaq wouldn't have 10 rings? Shaq would have 10 rings. Hold on. Shaq wouldn't have 10 rings? Yes or no? If Shaq was a team hopper, Shaq wouldn't have 10 rings? Shaq would have 10 rings. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. How many rings would Shaq, if Shaq did the same thing LeBron did, how many rings would Shaq have? Because Shaq could have left Orlando. If Shaq would have left Orlando, he would have got 3 or 4 rings right away. Shaq stayed in Orlando losing. Tell me I'm lying. Shaq stayed in Orlando losing. If Shaq would have left Orlando, Shaq would have had how many rings? Come on, man. LeBron is a bunny hopper. LeBron don't get no respect, no real ball, no real sports people. LeBron is a buster. LeBron don't get no respect from me. He trash. He's a fake superstar to me. LeBron James won his 4 titles playing for 3 different franchises. 2 with the Miami Heat, 1 with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and 1 with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was named the Finals MVP for all 4 of the championship victories. Steph Curry won all 4 of his titles exclusively with the Golden State Warriors. That's it. Steph Curry is better. LeBron James sucks. LeBron James ain't as good as Steph Curry. Never was. So if we doing that, why don't Steph Curry go do it? Steph Curry need to go because he playing with LeBron. Right? Before he was, if Steph Curry, let me ask you a question. If Steph Curry jumped teams, who would have the most championships? LeBron or Steph? Because they got the same championships. If Steph Curry jumped from team to team, would him and LeBron have the same amount of championships? No. Now you a LeBron fanboy, so I can't talk to you. I can't talk to no fanboy. I gotta talk to somebody honest. You're not gonna be honest because you got this picture up on your wall when you go to bed at night. I ain't wasting my time with you. We already know you biased, right? No, you're biased. You biased. You biased. I can't listen to you. Now you don't know shit about basketball. You a baby. Yeah, you don't know nothing about basketball. You're a little boy. You're a little boy. Stay in a little boy place. You're a little boy. You don't know nothing about basketball. You're a little boy. You watch Walt Frazier play. you watch Oscar Robertson play. Have you ever watched the big old play ball? Yes or no? Just give me a yes or no. Have you ever watched Oscar Robertson play ball? Yes or no? It's real simple. Don't start calling me names because you can see me because I can't see your name, Cream City. Yeah, I gotta get you out of here. You a troll. Yeah, I ain't wasting my time. I'm talking some real. Your name Cream City. You ain't even a real person. I'm a real person. I'm not gonna debate a miscellaneous. Yeah, you ain't on my level. You too scary to use your real name. LeBron ain't no all-time great. LeBron is a team hopper. What I'm saying is facts. They both got four. LeBron got four titles with three teams. Steph Curry got four titles with one team. If Steph Curry goes and plays with Wemby, Steph Curry is going to dwarf LeBron. Steph Curry's going to dwarf LeBron. Am I lying? Steph Curry should not stick with the old school rules and let history put LeBron over him. Steph Curry should look at his legacy and realize the younger generation ain't sticking to the rules. And Steph Curry needs to do what he needs to do for his name. He should not stick with the traditional stuff. Steph Curry should go play with Wemby and win 4 or 5 rings and get his spot in history rather than let a team hopper be compared to him. If you're going to compare LeBron to Steph and LeBron's a team hopper, then Steph need to be a team hopper. That's what I say. Steph Curry should not let this new generation cheat him by being loyal to some old rules that the young generation don't respect. Since they don't respect how many rings you get, Steph need to leave and go get them rings. That's what he need to do. He don't got to be older to play with Steph. Steph gonna get it damn near by himself. Steph and Wemby not gonna win a ring? Yes or no? Steph and Wemby ain't. Steph Curry can't make Wemby better? Yes or no? Just give me a yes or no. Will Steph Curry make Wemby's team better? Yes or no? Just give me a yes or no. I don't like to do stupid arguments. Just give me a yes or no. Will Steph Curry improve that team? Yes or no? That's it. That's all I want to hear. Will Steph Curry improve that team? Okay. I rest my case. We can move on. He's going to improve the team. He's going to increase how far Wemby could go. And Steph is going to get 3 or 4 more rings, and LeBron is going to have to sit down after next year. LeBron's got to go sit down. Nobody wants to see LeBron play anymore. Not really. People want LeBron to sit down. Let me ask you a question. Should Steph Curry go play with Wemby? We didn't talk about what will happen. Should he do it? Should Steph Curry do what LeBron been doing to win titles so LeBron won't look like he outdid him? Yes or no? Should everybody play like LeBron's been playing? Yes or no? Should players look out for they? If LeBron, let me ask you something, Marmar. If you played in the NBA and LeBron jumped from team to team and got championships, would you stay on one team or would you go do what he was doing so that you could be on the record books like him? Or would you let him cheat and you stay on one team and he go get a bunch of champions? What would you do, Marmar? What would you do? Let's talk about you, Marmar. If LeBron was cheating and jumping from team to team to accomplish something, and you out there playing with your life, and you're an NBA player, would you stay with one team or would you do the same thing he doing? I would do the same thing he doing. I would not let him team hop and I stay there. And then they talk about how great he is and overlook me because I was doing on some loyalty with a bunch of people that ain't loyal to the sport. This young generation ain't loyal to the sport. They ain't loyal to shit. That's a whole nother, that's all. Listen, this younger generation suck. You're a bunch of rats, traitors, and snitches. That's what you are. And one thing about it, Steph Curry can go wherever the hell he want to go. If LeBron could go wherever he wanted to go, Steph Curry can go wherever he want to go. That's a fact. That money talks and bullshit walls. Don't tell me that LeBron James could go wherever he want to go, but can't nobody else do it. Y'all believe that? So LeBron is the only one can team hop? No. No. Now to the young people watching me, let me tell you something. Let me give y'all some game. You see people telling you about the general managers and all that? That's bullshit. Listen and learn. Listen, this is business, right? So, let me explain something to you. Let's take Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan is at the Bulls, when he goes to other stadiums, do they sell more tickets? Yes or no? If Michael Jordan is playing with the Bulls, when he goes to other stadiums, do the price of the front row seats go up? Yes or no? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. So if Curry goes plays with Wemby, is the NBA going to make more money? Yes or no? The NBA. Because you got to understand, this ain't, okay? This ain't the Warriors. This the NBA. Is it a financial win for the National Basketball Association if Curry play with him? Do the NBA win? Yes or no? Do all the teams win? How many people going to see them when they come to Chicago? How many people, how many stadiums going to sell out? Stadiums that don't sell out, are they going to sell out if Wemby and Curry come? So do the NBA, will the NBA make more money? Yes or no? The NBA, all the teams are going to make more money when they come to their city. Now, you think the NBA ain't going to go get that money? Because somebody talking about team owners. They don't own the NBA. They just own the team. They don't own the NBA. I'm teaching y'all business. When they get these superstar teams, the NBA makes a fortune. Not only do they make money, right? Not only do they make money, if you're a competitor, you make money. So if Steph Curry goes here, whatever team can compete with them is going to make a lot of money. All of the top 10 teams are going to make more money because everybody's going to go see the Spurs play those other teams. Going to be sold out. Those other teams, if you're a superstar and you go and you do good against Curry and win, your stock is going to go up. Team owners are nobody. Team owners are going to do what the NBA tell them to do. Team owners, listen, you don't know what you're talking about. A lot of the money comes from commercials. Team owners ain't got shit to do with NBA commercials. Listen, this is out your league, okay? I'm out your league. You're a little boy. Listen, the money comes from commercials. Teams don't make no commercial money. All the money comes from the NBA. It do not come from the team owners. The team owners get paid from the NBA. The NBA don't get paid from the team owners. It's just a fact. If we want to talk business, it's the National Basketball Association. It ain't the Spurs. And everything's brought to you by the National Basketball Association. And all those commercials, that money go to the National Basketball Association. And then the team gets its cut if they played that game with those commercials. Let's just, listen, stop. Stop. It's Big Pharaoh. There ain't no money without commercials. And the commercials money is owned by the NBA. The Bulls don't own nothing. The Knicks, no. That money is commercial money. The most money comes from commercials. Listen, when the Bulls play, Are the most viewers at the stadium or on TV? Where's the most viewers at? At the stadium? Because that's what the owner owns the stadium. Where's the most viewers? At the stadium or on the TV? On the TV. Where the most money come from? The stadium or the TV? The TV. Who owns the money that comes from the TV? The NBA. The NBA. And they break off the money to the team owners. You want to talk business? I know you don't want to talk business with Big Pharaoh. I know you don't want to do that. Any fool that thinks any team is equal to the NFL, the NBA, or Major League Baseball, you a fool. Or the NHL. Everybody know the big money's from the top. We know money go from the top and go down. Now, I don't know what fools think that money go from the top down. Like, I'm confused. The top is the league is the top. The league is the top. You got the NBA on them jerseys. You don't got, the NBA, then the Spurs. I could swear at the top of this jersey over their name, what do you see? What do you see over Curry's name? I thought that's the NBA logo. Letting you know who the boss is. The Spurs is not on the logo as high as that NBA. The Spurs is down here. NBA is up there. Up right under your head. NBA, we own this. We own all this. It's the NBA. The team owners work for the NBA. The NBA don't work for the team owners. I'm confused. Somebody tried to tell me that the team owners, that the NBA work for the team owners. No, the team owners sign a contract with the NBA. They work for the NBA, the team owners. The team owners work for the National Basketball Association, not the other way around. And whatever going to bring in that money to the NBA, that's what's going to happen. And if Curry want to go over there and it's going to bring some bread, Curry going over there. Because guess what the NBA got to do? The NBA got 24 months to create a new LeBron, just like they created a new Michael Jordan. The NBA right now is trying to figure out who's going to be the next LeBron. Because when Jordan go around, all the stadiums get money. When LeBron go around, all the stadiums get money. When Kobe went around, all the stadiums get money. They need another one. They can't get no money if they ain't got the head king superstar to uphold the league. That's why the WNBA ain't going nowhere, because they can't find a woman. They can't find a Michael Jordan woman. They can't find LeBron. That's why the WNBA is going broke, always losing money, because they can't find a superstar. Because you have to have a superstar so that you got people trying to beat the superstar. That's what people want to go see. You got to have a superstar. You got to have a Floyd Mayweather. You got to have a Muhammad Ali, so that you can get somebody to try to beat the superstar. That's what everybody want to see. And LeBron is washed. It's over. He washed. LA like, oh, you gotta go. You gotta go. You ain't your son. Y'all gotta go. His son ain't gonna be in the league. His son gonna be out the league. What? They only did that because of his daddy. LeBron gotta go. He's out of here. They already looking at who they think they want to be. I'm telling you, man, they want Wemby. Wemby gonna be their next superstar. That's who they want. He got the pizzazz. He got the excitement. He the next Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They looking at him. See, it was gonna be John Morant, but he's an idiot. John Morant was gonna replace LeBron, but he's an idiot. Fact. Am I lying? They was ready to put John Morant in LeBron's place. Facts. They was going to take that boy from that team and they was going to put him on another team. And he was going to be the man. Am I lying? Everybody's seen it. Because Kyrie was a weirdo, saying all kind of weirdo stuff, right? Durant is shy like a girl. No, he's dull. They don't got nobody. Who they got? You got to be exciting. See, LeBron was doing all that. And all that. LeBron had, I ain't going to lie, he had what it take to be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to take that away from him. He had what they were looking for, but he out of here. Ant-Man boring. Ain't nobody, he boring. He boring. He boring. Ain't nobody want to see him. That's why they ain't got they got Wemby. Wemby is the one. That's who they looking at. They looking at Wemby. See, let me teach y'all something about advertisement. See, if you're a smaller player, he boring. They not Ant-Man ain't nobody. Listen, let me show you why they prefer Wemby. If you're a regular size player, they need you to be exciting and stuff, right? That's how they market you. If you're a forward or guard or something like that, no, he does. You got guns and shit like that, that's it. They're not pushing you to the kids. He's finished. Gun cases, he's finished. He's going to be able to sell sneakers. They're going to let him sell sneakers, but he's not going to be the face of the NBA. Now with gun cases, he's done. But look, let me show y'all how they do the marketing. If you're a smaller player, they push you. You all exciting and stuff like that. If you're a big player like Wemby, what they do is they push the team around you. So they don't need him to be, right? They won't market him. He'll be the man, but they won't market him the same way a smaller player. They'll market him as like the tower with the team. So they can market Wemby. They'll market him different, but he'll be the man. He'll be the man because he'll keep winning championships. He'll keep holding up that trophy. And Wemby got the game. He got the game. He got the look. He's real exciting. He's real, he ain't quiet. He ain't no quiet hooper. He out there clowning. Yeah, they can market, dude. And he's clean cut. He's clean cut. Wemby is clean cut. He can do the cereal commercials. He can do the sneaker commercials. He can do the commercials. And the parents, the parents is going, he looked like a clean cut, decent kid. That's what they looking for. He clean cut, not in no trouble. See, LeBron was clean cut, no trouble. See, LeBron, I got to get to it. LeBron stayed out of trouble. LeBron promoted schools and had schools and did stuff like he did everything to do to be the man. I ain't going to take that away from him. They looking at Wemby, though. Remember how Brown was struggling to get to the top? They know. Remember Michael was struggling to get to the top? They play it just right. They let you struggle to get to the top. That way, when you win, you got more support. They let you struggle. They introduced Wemby. He's not going to play in the post. He's going to play. They want him to play just like that. They don't want him to play in the post because the post game is boring. They ain't doing the post game no more. They're doing threes. You know what I'm saying? Post game is over. Too boring. I just talked about that. They're not doing that no more. They're doing threes. If you want to be hot in the NBA today, you got to shoot threes. Threes get the most hollering. Yo! You go to the hole and make a move and go in. Ain't nobody hollering. He don't want to play like KD. He play like that. Look, he ain't trying to play like nobody. He came up and he just played like that. When you come up, whoever you watch, that's who you emulate. So Wemby come up watching that. So that's why he play like that. He play like that because that's what he watched growing up. Not like, I'm going to make myself play like that. No, we play according to the players we watch. That's how we play. So Wemby play according to the older players he watched. That's how he plays. He not going to play like Wilt Chamberlain. He ain't watch Wilt Chamberlain. See, when we kids, we emulate who we watch. So Wemby growing up, watching John Morant, that's who he want to play like. He want to play like Ja. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. He want to play like that, like what he's been watching. And then if he's watching it, everybody he played in college with is what watching it. So everybody at college played just like that. I don't know if y'all seen some of these young people finna come out of college. Y'all seen these dudes? Man, listen. Y'all seen the young college prospects, how they play? Y'all seen some of these new big dudes coming out of college, how they play? They play just like that now. Dude in them 6'11" shooting threes all day, long-ass threes. Man, y'all better go look at them young boys. Y'all better go look at them. Go look at them high school. Look at them high school boys. So they looking at Wemby. Kareem was a little boring. So that's why they let Kobe be the man. Wemby not boring. He got everything for the marketing. He's got the marketing down. Polite, mild-mannered. Everything. He's got the whole package. Dunks, crazy moves. I think he's got the most craziest moves I ever seen. Wemby is the most amazing player I've seen in a long. I ain't never seen nobody that big play like that. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen it before. Y'all ever seen somebody that size play like that? I ain't never seen that in my life. Dude finna get the big bat. I've never seen that before. I don't even watch the NBA. But next season, I'm watching all his games. I don't even watch the NBA, but I'm watching Wemby on my soul. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Y'all seen some of them moves? Man, I ain't never seen nothing like that. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't never seen nobody do what Dude be out there doing. Dude be out there tripping. Dude be tripping. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen it. He the most amazing player to me by far. I ain't gonna lie. He the most amazing player I done seen. Since Jordan and Kobe. I'll be honest with you. I ain't never seen nothing like that. And I would say he's more amazing than Jordan and Kobe because he big as hell doing that shit. Dude, big, and he doing crazy moves. Y'all seen some of them moves dude be doing? Dude, crazy with it. I'm like, what? I don't even know what to call what he be doing. His knack for getting the ball in the rim is crazy. Like, dude, do whatever to get the ball in the rim. It's crazy. If you put him with Steph Curry, the NBA gonna make a fortune. Him and Steph, listen, whether you agree or not, what would happen with him and Steph on the team? What would that be like? That wouldn't be the most watched team in the NBA. I'm just talking business. Steph won't increase his game. Steph won't take pressure off of him. I'm just saying. Him and Steph Curry ain't the most amazing thing you will ever see. Like, you don't want to see that. Like, if you're a basketball fan, you don't want to see him play with Steph Curry, then you ain't no real ball player. Because I would love to see that. There is no combination I would want to see more than him with Steph. Steph is a veteran, and he's like a rookie young boy. And Steph could help him so much. It reminds me of when Shaq and Dwayne Wade. But only difference is he more amazing than Shaq. Well, Shaq was just super strong, but as far as the moves, and Curry is more weirder than Dwayne Wade. Curry is weird too. Him and Dude is different. They're like aliens. I love to see them together. Curry says his last year, but he wouldn't leave if he was playing with Dude. If he was playing with Dude, Curry stay at least 3 years. Yeah, he gonna leave if he got to stay over there with them. That's over with. He ain't going nowhere over there. If Curry go play over there, he could play another 3, 4, 5 years because he ain't got to work that hard. He got to work too hard over there, especially with that weirdo he got over there that be beating up people and fouling. He need to get away from Dude. Dude messed the game up. The dark dude to be fouling everybody. He sucks. He ruining the NBA with all that dirty playing. I never liked him. He hurting the whole team. He hurting the whole team. He think it's football. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked him. Yeah, Draymond. I would have liked to see him play back in the day against the Knicks and people like that. He wouldn't have been doing all that shit. He wouldn't have been doing that shit with the Knicks. He wouldn't have been doing all that with the Knicks and them teams back there. I bet you that. I bet you Draymond wouldn't have been doing that stuff out there with the New York Knicks, out there with Anthony Mason. Y'all think he would have played with Anthony Mason like that? I'm just saying. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think that Draymond would have played with Anthony Mason like that? I'm just asking for a friend. Y'all think he would have played with Anthony Mason like that? I just said. I just said. Y'all think he would have played with Anthony Mason like that? Draymond? Huh? I just saying. He wouldn't have played with Wes Unseld. It's all a bunch of people. He would have did none of that, boy. Boy, he wouldn't have did none of that. He wouldn't have did none of that with the Detroit Pistons, with the Boston Celtics, with the New York Knicks. Man, he wouldn't have did none of that. He wouldn't have did none of that with Charles Barkley. Y'all think he would have played with Charles like that? Y'all think Draymond would have played with Charles like that? Draymond can't play, so he out there fighting. He sucks. He can't play. He can't shoot. He can't do nothing. All he can do is hack. They should have been got rid of him. They could have went further. He can't score. He just in the way. They should have got rid of dude. That's why Curry want to quit, because they won't fix the team. But I bet you Curry stay 4 or 5 years if he can go play with dude. That's another 3, 4 rings real quick. Curry got 4. Curry not gonna pass up no 7 rings. If he get the opportunity, he ain't gonna, you know what I mean? He wouldn't pass that up. Ain't no way he pass up. Less work, he get more years to play, more money for his wife and his family. Ain't no way he'll pass that up. Ain't no way Curry will pass that opportunity up. He'll be a fool. Now you got a big old center that can shoot threes just like you. Boy, it'll be up. This will be the most exciting thing in sports. I ain't gonna lie. The NBA need to make that happen. If they want to get their viewership up, they complaining their views is down. Their views way down. You know, the NBA losing money. They ain't gonna tell you. The NBA views been down for years now. They going down and down. The WNBA been messed up for you. They can't fix that. But the NBA not doing that good. Their viewership is way down. Their money down. They want to fire the bald head dude that run it. They want to get rid of him. Because they saying he messed up the NBA when he got rid of the East versus West night and messed up the whole record that go all the way back. He come to our Team LeBron, Team Durant, ruined the whole reputation of the NBA. How do you have a sports entity that's got a historical way they did stuff? How do you go in there and change that in the middle? How do you get rid of East versus West? They never should have let him do that. Somebody should have stepped in and say, you can't get rid of East versus West. Would you say this was the best year the NBA had in a while? I don't know. I ain't watched them. I don't like the NBA. The NBA sucks. I don't like the NBA. The NBA is garbage. I think the NBA need to get some more coaching. I think the NBA need to make the team stop shooting so many threes. 3-point shots is ruining the game. It's taking away the excitement. It's ruining it. The three is ruining the game. Who the hell want to watch you run down just launch threes, run back, launch threes? We want to see some dribbling. We want to see some layups. We want to see you work your way. We want to see some movement. I don't want to see you drive down, shoot a 3, miss, run back, shoot a 3, miss, run back, shoot a 3, go in, run back, shoot a 3, run back, shoot a 3. That's exciting. Y'all think that's exciting? 3-point shots? 3-point shots is better than dribbling and getting to the hole and good passing and moves to the bucket. Which one is more exciting? 3 points is boring. One time I watched the game, one of the last years I watched the game, I was through. I forgot who was playing. So what was happening is they got the rebound, right? And they started going to the other side. And the 2 men on that team was running down the side. They shot a 3 and missed. Then the 2 men on the side ran back. Then they missed. Then they missed. Then they missed. And these guys was just running back and forth. So guess what? Because you're shooting threes, now your power forwards and your centers are putting too much pressure on their knees. They not getting the ball. You just running. Look, you know what? We ain't got no great centers. You know why? Because they shoot too many threes. Anthony Davis' whole career got destroyed because of LeBron. LeBron destroyed Anthony Davis' career because Anthony Davis just had to run up and down and watch LeBron do all the shooting. You can't have no big man running back and forth like that. The NBA All-Star game the year before last, they scored 400 points. That's exciting. 400. They scored 390, like 98 points, 96 points, 396 points. That's exciting. That's trash. Ain't nobody want to watch you just launching threes. That ain't no goddamn basketball. Basketball is moves to the bucket, handles. If you ain't got no handles, you suck. Running down launching threes is trash. That's trash. The most exciting thing in basketball is not the dunk, it's handles. The dunk is second. The long jumper is third. The most exciting thing is the handle. When Allen Iverson crosses a dude and he fall. That's number one, handles. That's what every kid go out and practicing his dribbling. Running down, launching is garbage. That's why Ja Morant ruined his career. He not going as far as he can go because it's just launching three, so he ain't getting that chance to show his skills. Ja Morant ain't getting to show his skills. It's we're not seeing no skills. There's no skills in just launching jump shots. Hell, anybody could go down and just throw the ball at the basket. That ain't, what the hell is that? That's no defense, no offense. Just go and throw it. Run back down, throw it up. Run back down, throw it up. Run back down, throw it up. What the hell? No, Earl the Pearl Monroe. When we got into basketball, because of Earl the Pearl. Handles. Handles is what made kids want to watch basketball. Dribbling. Could you dribble between your legs? Did you got them moves? That's what made basketball exciting. Not no damn shooting all the way down, just throwing the ball up there. Man, I'm not finna watch that. That's trash. Y'all ever notice how garbage the game is? And then it get to the last, and then it get exciting only because they trying to see who's going to win. The only time the game get exciting is the last 6 minutes when you're trying to see who's going to win. That's it. The last time I watched basketball, that's why I said I ain't watching this shit no more. Because it's boring until you get to the point where you're trying to see who's going to win. So you watch the whole game just to really enjoy the last 8 or 6 minutes. Tell me I'm lying. What's the best part of the game? The last 6 to 8 minutes is the best part of the game. The rest of it, you're just waiting for that part. Tell me I'm lying. In the NBA now, the best part of the game is all the excitement. The announcers, man, Kenny and Shaq and them, they just be telling jokes and shit for the whole game. The announcers just be telling jokes and all type of talking about everything because the game be horrible. And the game exciting. Okay, we getting down to the end. That's when they get excited. Tell me I'm lying. They be like, okay, here we go. It's at 6 minutes left. Am I lying? That's when they start pumping it. Am I lying? That's the energy. Next time you watch the NBA, watch the last 8 to 6 minutes. That's when they like, okay, it's winding down. The crowds get to cheering and get all into it. Only to see who's going to win. The rest of the game sucks. The NBA is somewhere you take a girl on a date. In Chicago, it's the place to go on a date. They put you on the jumbo camp kissing your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Listen, what's the difference between the Chicago Bulls today and the Chicago Bulls when I was growing up? The Chicago Bulls today is where you take a girl on a date. You can be a chubby Mexican that can't run a half a block, and you put on your Bulls outfit and take your girl to the date. A bunch of non-athletic fat people eating hot dogs and popcorn at the game. The NBA, when I grew up, was fathers taking their sons to the game because their sons gonna play in grade school or high school. Daddy used to play. When I was growing up, most of the people at the game played basketball. Now it's a place to go on a date. Them people in there can't even run a block. The people at the game can't run like the basketball fans now, like the dudes. I could shoot the lights out of 70% of basketball players. I'm 68. I run them off the court. They can't even play. They can't even play. I D you up. When I D you up, the way you dribble, I could see it. I could just take the ball because you're gonna be like boo, boo, and I'm gonna see it's going. Give me that. I could take the ball from you because you don't. Because when you're dribbling, you don't dribble the same way because the man can steal the ball. The ball, bop, 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 bop. So that way you can't time it. And most of these dudes now, you cannot beat me playing no ball because you ain't grew up hooping. You're not no hooper. And if you're a hooper, if you're a hoop or you ride a bike, that's something you never, ever lose. If you was crazy on the bike, you'll be crazy on the bike right now. I could get on the bike right now and clown because it's something we did every day. It's in our blood. So if you hoop, you gotta understand, we didn't have video games. We didn't have video games. We played baseball for real. We played basketball for real. We boxed for real. You can't go out here and box me and you don't box every day. You can't just box. Boxing is a skill. Boxing ain't nothing you could just throw hands like that. That's something you got to be doing since you was a shorty. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You can't just get out the way. You know, you can't just do that. Look, I'm almost 70. Look at that. Look at the hands. See what I'm saying? That because I was doing that as a kid. As a kid, you learn how to dribble between your legs. And once you get it and you're doing it all the time, it's just natural. Well, yeah, now y'all be picking people up, you know what I'm saying? Picking them up, throwing them on their head. So that's why pistol play out there. That changed the game. They can't hoop no more, though. It ain't no, you know, the basketball sucks. I don't watch it. It's boring. If you ain't, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to watch Kyrie no more. He don't get to show off his handles. That's why Kyrie was excited because he was the last one to have handles. Nobody got no handles no more. Like how's basketball exciting with no handles? Handles was the excitement. The excitement, like when you score, handles used to build up the excitement. Oh, like that. When he cross you over and he spin you around and you get lost, everybody start getting excited. Then when he's shooting and go in, it says, ah. But the dribbling build it up. That's why nobody goes to see the Harlem Globetrotters. They ain't making no money no more. Why? Because this generation don't know the Harlem Globetrotters was good at dribbling and passing. Nobody wants to see that no more. It's just threes. Threes ain't exciting. Threes suck. There ain't no integrity in the game. LeBron ruined the sport, hopping from game to game. That's going to be his history. One thing about history is that when we tell your history, it's still going to be history. So no matter what, people like me, we're going to say LeBron sucked. He ruined the game. He was a game hopper. That's going to be recorded in history, no matter what anybody else say. His history is going to be a team hopper, period. No matter how much you like him. He's not going to be highly respected historically. Not at all, LeBron James. He's going to always be LeBron James frequently faces criticism for changing teams. Critics often call this ring chasing, arguing he manipulates the system to assemble super teams rather than staying loyal to one franchise like older legends. I rest my case. The core complaints, the super team era, his highly publicized move to the Miami Heat in 2010 and later to the Lakers is viewed by critics as a shortcut to winning championships. This is on the internet. I didn't write this. Lack of franchise loyalty. Fans and pundits often contrast his multiple team changes with the career-long loyalty of icons like Kobe and Michael Jordan. Front office pressure. Distractors argue that James routinely pressured organizations to trade away young talent and draft picks for a win now veterans, leaving his former franchises depleted after his departure. So he make you mess your team up, pick some people so you can win right now, but then now your team ain't no good. Now I didn't write none of this. I didn't write this. I say he's a team hopper. They say he's a ring chaser. I didn't write this. This is his history. And then the young generation, men can't say no because their history is shooting. They can't fight. They feminine. They got purses and they dress like girls. For the brothers don't like what I'm saying. Your generation ain't got no good record anyway. The young generation, your history is some punks. You can't fight. And then when you shoot everybody. You can't even hit your goddamn target. You got switches and you shoot everybody. Sometimes you shoot everybody but the person. You ain't got no good goddamn reputation like that. And then when you get to prison, you be somebody's girlfriend. When you ain't got that thing on you no more and you get locked up with the guys and you ain't got no self-respect, you ain't got no general, you ain't got no military mindset, so you can't get along with the other brothers. You in here always a problem. You get beat up all the time. Because growing up out in the streets where we had to fight, we became more diplomatic. Because fighting is a thing that if me and Bronze Flat fight when we 10, 19 years old, no matter who win, we both be tired. We don't want to do that no more. Hey, Bronze, would you tell them if me and you little boys and we have a fight, when it get through, no matter who won, none of us want to do that no more, do we? We be breathing hard. We be breathing hard. He'd be like, I won though. I won. I hit you here and there. But at the end of the day, either one of us could have lost. It's just a matter of how we don't really want to do that no more. So by the time we get in high school, we ain't fighting no more. That's little boy shit. Would you tell them, Bronze, fighting was little boy stuff? It's something little boys did. 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. Now they can't fight. They shooting up the whole community with their nails painted. Now a gangster is Young Thug with a dress on, his nails painted, and shooting everybody with a dress on. And going to jail and being with dudes. That's the new little gangster. They like dudes. So it ain't just the sports change, the whole thing changed. Hold on a second. Hold on. So the whole NBA, you know what I'm saying? I don't really mess with it. This the NBA now. It's the NBA. You know what I'm saying? This the NBA now. This is the new NBA. This the new this the this the new NBA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it didn't change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, each his own. But that ain't my NBA though. You know, that ain't my NBA. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna take my son to watch them though. Why would I take my son to watch this? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch it. It's fixed, it's rigged. They could take Wemby and bring it back. If they don't, it's gonna crash. It's gonna fall. It's already fell in the United States. They don't build no parks for the kids. The little boys ain't getting no recreation. They don't play football. They don't play basketball. They don't play basketball. So they gang bang because they bored. They ain't got nothing to distract them from gang banging. So they got to get players. They got to go to Africa. Why you think they going to Africa to get players? Because foundational Black Americans, they kids ain't playing no more. They ain't having no babies. They ain't going to the gym. They not recreational. They violent. So they got to go all the way to Africa to get athletes. Nobody want to talk about that. You can't even go to the parks and foundational Black communities because that's where the gangs is at and violence. All mothers over here tell you we keep our kids in the house, don't we, Alexis? Our kids do not go outside unless they go out in the yard or something. Would you tell them, Alexis, our kids cannot go to the park, can they? Our kids don't go to a park. That's why video games is popular, because at least we know where he at. We get him a video game, he play in his room. Am I lying? We have to get our boys video games so that they can have something to occupy their mind, because they can't go outside. They can't go outside. Real talk. When I was young, we get up in the morning, we go straight outside. Straight outside on our bike with our friends, straight to the park and play basketball. Straight to the baseball field, play baseball. We play baseball, basketball. Whatever season it was on TV, we was outside doing that. Basketball season would be like kind of winter. We about dribbling the ball. It'd be going into puddles of water from where the snow melt. Soon as baseball season come, we outside with the glove, the ball. We playing baseball, real baseball. Soon as football come, we outside playing two-hand touch immediately. We on the block. Up one, up two, or three. Height. Two-hand touch. You touch you. That's like tackling. Right away. Strike out. If you can't get a whole team, we draw a square on the wall. You hit it there. It's a base hit. That's a double. That's a triple. That's a home run. Two dudes playing full baseball. Just a pitcher and a batter and the wall. You don't need no catcher because it hit the wall and bounce back to you. We didn't have no weapons and stuff in high school. We didn't even carry knives in under school. This is what we did. And when you fight, when you grow up and you fight, right? Guess what? That don't last long. By the time you're in the sixth grade, you don't fight no more. Ask somebody. Kids that grow up that fight, that's going to happen in the third, fourth, fifth grade. Sixth grade, seventh, eighth grade, high school, we not fighting no more. That's little boy shit. Because you only fight because you don't burn no energy off. So all the fighting will happen right after winter. Why? Because we've been cooped up in the house. So we got all this anxiety. We ain't socialized. So we first come out in the spring, we ain't socialized. We have a couple little fights. All the fights be early in the spring. By the time it gets June or July, we ain't fighting no more. In fact, we all fighting in May, April and May, all the fights. Because we've been cooped up in the house. No, he hit me, you stop, you push me. Parents will tell you when their kids get cooped up in the house, don't they get to argue it? Alexis, when they cooped up, they get to argue. The brother and the sister get to stop. Mommy, he just died. Mommy, he just died there because they cooped up. They get acting crazy. As soon as we go outside, we have a couple of fights, and then that's it. I ain't had a fight. Last fight I had probably was fifth grade. I ain't had no fight in seventh, eighth grade. Now, not one fight in high school. Not one fight. Yeah, that's why they fight in the spring, because they've been cooped up in the house. So we don't really have parks. Our kids can't go play basketball. They got to go find athletes wherever they still outside. They can't find a lot of athletes in the United States no more, except the ones lucky enough to play in high school and find out they like basketball, and then they go to gyms and stuff and hone in their skills. But you used to get that out at the park. Now you got to be like playing basketball in seventh, eighth grade to school. The coach talk you into it like that. Then you play through high school. That's how they find it. When I was growing up, you just played anyway. We had little league baseball teams and neighborhood baseball teams. I played baseball my whole childhood. I wasn't on no little league team. We was Aberdeen Street. We used to play May Street. We didn't have no team. The older boys was the coach. We bought our own gloves, our own balls. We wasn't on no little league team. We didn't have no uniforms. You went in your regular play clothes. We played baseball every year, all summer. Whatever the older black men was doing on TV, that's what we did outside. If the black men was playing baseball on TV, we playing baseball outside. If the black men is playing basketball on TV, we playing basketball outside. If the black men is playing football on TV, we playing football outside. We did whatever they was doing. And we say we wanted them. Yeah, I'm Earl the Pearl Monroe. Earl the Pearl, and that proves handles, because the first person that all young black men wanted to be in the 60s was Earl the Pearl, because he had them handles. That's before we wanted to be Dr. J. The first superstar for young black men my age was Earl the Pearl Monroe. because he had handles. He had handles. Ask somebody. Ask somebody. All the young kids, we wanted to be Earl the Pearl. That's what we wanted to be because he had handles. We wanted to be Muhammad Ali because he could box. But in terms of basketball, the first superstar that young boys wanted to be was Earl the Pearl. Ask somebody. This before Dr. J. Because Earl the Pearl had handles. Real shit. I'm telling you history that's going to get lost. This history going to get lost. Earl the Pearl, the first one that had them super handles. He grew up in Philly. That's the first one. As far as basketball. Then Dr. J. But the first one in basketball, all the little boys wanted to be was Earl the Pearl because he had this dribbling style. Dudes would be falling on the ground trying to stick him. You see this dude almost falling? Look. You see the dude in the white almost falling, trying to stick Earl. That's what we wanted to be. Because he had them handles. Look, the original bag. This guy changed basketball forever. That's Earl the Pearl. He the one changed the game. Go look him up. Earl the Pearl Monroe. He played with the Bullets and he played with the Knicks. This before Dr. J. That's the first original in the black community for the baby boomers. The blacks that left the South and came north and had their little boys, all those little black boys in New York, Detroit, Chicago, like that. Our first basketball hero was Earl the Pearl. Anybody will tell you. Then Dr. J. Because Dr. J, we didn't get to see Dr. J. Because Dr. J played in the ABA. He didn't play in the NBA. We didn't get to see Dr. J until the ABA merged into with the NBA. And that's when we got to see Dr. J. But when we started watching basketball, the ABA didn't come on TV that much. So we had to watch the NBA. So we watching Earl the Pearl. We watching Oscar Robinson, Walt Frazier, people like that. Pistol Pete, you know what I'm saying? Pistol Pete, Jerry West, that's on the NBA logo. Jerry West, Walt Frazier, like down. That's who we was watching. Those was our heroes. Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl was our heroes. Will Chamberlain was playing. Then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? When he was Lou Alcindor. He was Lou Alcindor. That's before he went Muslim. We was watching Lou Alcindor. These is real historical facts I'm giving you here. And the main part of the game was dribbling. We was watching Iceman. But I think he might have came from the ABA. So that's afterwards. I think he came from the ABA. George Gervin. Let me see. I think George Gervin came from the ABA. I don't think he was in the NBA. Yep. He wasn't in the NBA. We didn't know who he was. We didn't know who he was. He didn't come from the NBA. He came from the ABA. And we couldn't see the ABA. See, George Gervin started his professional career in the ABA. He was signed to the Virginia Squires. We didn't get to see them play till 1974 season. He was traded to the San Antonio Spurs. That's when we finally got to see him. The ABA teams were absorbed into the NBA during the 1976 ABA-NBA merger. We didn't get to see them. We didn't get to see them till I was a senior. I was a senior in high school before we got to see them. We didn't get to see them when we was little boys because you didn't get to see the ABA. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to see them till I was like 18. We knew who they was, though, because the big boys used to watch and tell us, but we didn't really get to see them play because they wasn't on TV. We was watching Little Nate Archibald and all them. Because back then, you would have your players at the big boys. So we didn't know nothing. Everything we did, the big boys, right? So I didn't even know who Earl the Pearl was, but the big boy said, I'm Earl the Pearl. So, you're a little boy, you're like, yeah, I'm Earl the Pearl, right? So, but then back in those days, once you get a certain age, your daddy take you to the sports. And then, like if you live in Chicago and your daddy take then everybody else is out of here, right? So once you get a certain age, when you get to about fourth grade, if they ain't on the Chicago team, they out of here, right? So when you live in a big city like Chicago, by the time you get in the fourth grade, you don't cheer for nobody. If they ain't on the Bulls, the Bears, the Cubs, or the White Sox, this was it. So when I was growing up, you didn't cheer for nobody but the home team. Well, like these new dudes, well, a lot of dudes don't live in a big city. In a big city like Chicago, you only cheer for Chicago teams. You don't like nobody from no other team. That's just the culture. So once you get old enough, my daddy started taking me to see the Bulls. So now I'm in the Chet Walker and Bob Love. Now I still like Dr. J, and I still cheer for Dr. J against everybody else. But when Dr. J played the Bulls, I want him to lose. Yeah, I want him to lose when he play us. Now I want him to win when he play everybody else. But when he play the Bulls, fuck Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? This Chicago Bulls. We ain't cheering for no Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? It's Chicago. And I'm still like that. I never wear no all my hats in Chicago. I never wear no, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm looking for a sports hat to wear. I gotta go everywhere till I find a Chicago hat to match. If I want to wear green, I find a green Bears hat or green. Why not? Wearing your city. Never. You'll never see me with no city on but Chicago. That's how I was raised though. If it ain't Chicago, boy, take that off. I ain't cheering for no other city. People ask me who I want to win the Super Bowl. I'd be like, the Bears. If the Bears ain't in it, I really don't care. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Yeah, he only gonna wear the White Sox. I'm not interested in nothing. If Chicago team ain't in it, I don't care. I swear to God. Everything I love. Facts, even still today. It's just the way we was raised. I do understand because a lot of young men, you ain't in no big city, you don't got no team. But if you live in New York and you cheering for a team ain't from New York, you a buster. I'm saying, what the hell? How you what? Like what the hell? I understand if you live somewhere ain't got no team though. If you live somewhere ain't got no team, you gotta pick your team. But if you live somewhere got teams, I don't understand you. You know what I'm saying? But that's another reason I don't watch sports a whole lot. But even if a Chicago team in it, I'm not gonna enjoy it because I want you to win for real, and sports is fixed. So I really can't enjoy a Chicago team really winning because I don't believe that sports is legitimate no more. I believe it's fixed. And how you gonna watch something if it's not real and you know it's not real? I mean, some people do it, but I don't know how. How am I supposed to really take this as real competitive sports when it's rigged? They be saying stuff like in the NBA, this was give it away. They be saying the refs letting them play tonight. I'm like, well, what they let them do last night? Oh, they didn't let them play. Wow. And the announcers be actually saying that the NBA too dumb to tell announcers, stop saying that. Stop saying that. Because the game's supposed to be a foul is a foul. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, last week, a foul is a foul. Not no yesterday it wasn't no foul. Today it's a foul. That's why I don't mess with sport. Brought to you by gambling. Boy, sports is for suckers. If you're a man and you really into sports, you are lame. I got an island for sale. If you're a man and you believe in sports, I got a whole island with a yacht for sale for $2,500 right now. You could get the whole thing. You can get the island and the yacht, $2,500 cash. If you believe sports is real, I got an island. I swear on everything. I swear on sports. I got a whole island for you for $2,500, yacht included. If you believe. Fred, do you think men back like my grandfather would get into it because they worked so hard it was something to do other than work? No, they got into it because all boys played it. Your grandfather played sports. Sports, sports was something boys played, right? When you think about boys go outside and play, right? Because back with your grandfather in that generation, kids went outside and played. Girls went outside. They jumped. Listen, playing was physical, Alexis. Your grandmother, all them women, when they went outside, kids was physical. Girls played hopscotch and jumped rope. Boys raced on their bikes, played baseball, basketball, football. Kids played. Kids, your parents, your grandparents, and my Jarrell, we played for real. Y'all played house and stuff like that, but the girls jumped double dutch. The girls jump. You know how hard double dutch is? They be like this. And they be turning around and they jump in. And they be, oh, Sally, Mac, all dressed in black, with silver buttons, all down her back. I could never get in, Alexis. I could never get in the rope. I don't know how the hell y'all do that. I never could jump double dutch. I could jump a single rope, but you got to be cold. Girls got feet like boxers. Only somebody like Floyd Mayweather could jump double dutch, I bet you. But a regular boy, man, you got to be cold. Double dutch is not no joke. It's a real skill. It's two ropes, and they do this, don't they, Lexus? And they run in, and they be gone. I never could. Every time the rope would catch me. Every time the rope would catch me. Plus, girls back then, girls used to be gangsters. Girls didn't mess with boys. When I was growing up, girls didn't mess with boys until nighttime. At nighttime, they'll mess with you, play like hide and go seek and stuff, but in the daytime, you couldn't go around no girls. When I grew up, you couldn't go around no girls. Yeah, you could. You had to go do your stuff. When I, hey, Alexis, when I grew up, you couldn't go over there where the girls at. That's a fact. I'm telling y'all some real old school history. Yeah, you couldn't go over there. Third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. Nah, boys was yucky. And then girls could beat boys. Boys can't beat girls. Listen, I'm giving y'all some real history. Little boys cannot beat girls. Oh my God. A third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade girl will beat your ass. A third grade boy, third, fourth, fifth grade boy cannot beat no girls. You cannot. First off, you ain't gonna fight hard enough. And they fight hard. And they be mad. We playing. They're not playing. And they hit hard. When they say, stop, boy, they hit you hard. So we know you don't mess with them. They don't play that. You cannot come into their stuff. Go do boy stuff. That's how they used to function. So the boys, we riding our bike, we doing boy stuff. The girls doing girl stuff. Then when we all got to come on the block for the lights come on, that's when we play together. We'll play together. But the girls had to allow that. They controlled the block. Listen, the girls controlled the kids. Facts. Because the girls is mamas. They be mamas from little. So they do all of the organizing on the block. I ain't lying. Am I lying, Alexis? The girls be like, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this like this. And the boys, we go along with it. Because they trying to help us out. They trying to help us have fun. So we go along with it. We let them orchestrate. We ain't doing all that anyway. We're not doing that. We boys. We boys, we kind of rough. The girls is organized. Stop. Come. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to play this, like this. And that's just it. In the dough. They real bossy. We not bossy. We don't care. They bossy. I'm telling y'all real black history. The girls, the little girls. Because once boys get so much, we don't play no more. We out now. You know, once I get like out of the sixth grade, I'm walking around smoking cigarettes. I'm shooting dice. I ain't on the block no more. I'm outside. I'm rolling up. We going to get the drunks to buy liquor. We ain't even on the block no more. You know what I'm saying? That's little boy stuff. I started smoking Newports in the fifth grade. In the sixth grade. So all that little boy stuff is fifth grade, fourth grade, third grade, second grade, first grade. Especially second, third, fourth, fifth grade. That's when the kids really play a lot. Fourth graders and fifth graders. Sixth graders, the girls, by the time the girls go into the sixth grade, they don't play as much. They sitting on the porch talking, stuff like that. The fifth grade girls play hard. The fourth grade girls, the sixth grade girls, they start acting like little women early. And none of the kids really play hard once you start getting to the sixth grade. All that playing be little kids. Once we get into the sixth grade, we kind of split up. By the time we get into seventh grade, we trying to fill on them and kiss them and stuff. We ain't trying to play no more. Hey, Alexis, by the time we get into seventh grade, we trying to, you know what I'm saying? I wanna get freaky with you. So we trying to figure out we trying to our sexuality is starting to show a little bit. We realize well we supposed to kiss on them and feel on them. You know what I'm saying? So we start doing little stuff. We start practicing. So by the time we freshmen, we really ready to try to really turn it up a little bit. And by the time we juniors or seniors, shit, we might somebody might get pregnant. We be really experimenting. But most of the playing together is real little kids. But when the sixth grade, the girls kind of get more mature. And the girls is like funny. They don't really socialize like that. They're very protective of their space. So they got their little space. You really can't go over there. The only time you can mess with the girls is if you want to aggravate them. That's the boys' job is to aggravate them. So we go over there and aggravate y'all. We don't have no good intentions. We intentionally try to get on y'all nerve, which works bad. You know what I'm saying? That works out bad because little boys can't signify like little girls can really, 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 really signify. They're gonna talk about you bad. That's why your teeth stick out, boy, and you ugly. What the hell? They ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Some girls will hurt your feelings. Leave them alone. You know, leave them alone. You know? And all the adults, they're gonna protect the girls. So when the girls start saying you bother them, the adults gonna say, leave that girl alone and go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all be having them almost crying and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we have to leave y'all alone. That's when we was growing up. So the boys is playing with boys trying to learn how to be athletic. That's why by the time we get in junior high school, some junior high schools got basketball teams. We had a basketball team in seventh, eighth grade. Basketball, football, and we had a softball team because I went to a Lutheran school. So that's when they introduced us to sports, seventh, eighth grade, which they used to call junior high school. That's called junior high school. Grade school really only went up to sixth grade back in the day. Once you got out of sixth grade, you went to junior high school, which is seventh and eighth grade. Then you go to high school. Some high schools had a junior high school at the high school. Some grade schools had a junior high school, but like a lot of them didn't. Like the school I went to only went up to sixth grade. You left there, you had to go to Curtis. You go to Curtis and then you go to Finger. You had to go to Curtis for 2 years. So that's when the boys get into sports, seventh and eighth grade. And then high school. But we've been playing since we was little because we was the baby boomers and the older boys with coaches because they trying to put a team together. We need 9 people to play baseball. So the little boys got to play. Little boys like me, we got to play. We can't catch. They put you outstairs. Hopefully nobody don't hit the ball out there. And then the way we play basketball, you go to the park. 2 dudes say, I got next. A dude say, I got next. And then 2 dudes will get there and they'll be like, I got Curtis. And others will be like, I got Ludi. And others will say, I got this one. I got that one. And others say, I got that one. So they pick the 3 best ones first on each side. Then they pick the stragglers like us, the little boys. You know? So they get to the little boy, they're like, well, they don't know, all of us suck. So they'd be like, okay, give me Michael. And they'd be like, give me Jesse. We get picked last. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We get picked last. Then the next year you older, so you get picked earlier, and the other little boy get picked last. Then the next year you one of the big boys you picking. Then like that. It's like really like tribal. The older you got, the more your position moved up. Facts. But you playing when you little, when you can't play. So when I grew up, you got to play. Yeah, you might get picked, you might not. You might not get picked if it's a lot of little boys. You might got to wait till next time. You might not get picked, depending on how many of y'all it is. We the baby boomers, it's a bunch of us. So a lot of times you don't get picked at all. If there's a lot of boys older than you ain't getting picked. Period. The only way you're gonna get picked is they run out of big boys. You know, if they run out of big boys, you're lucky you get picked. But if it's plenty big boys, you already know you ain't getting picked. So that's another thing. We grew up knowing your position. They not picking me, okay? You don't got no problem with it. You know they not picking you. You know you can't play. So when I grew up, we had to keep it a billion. You know you can't play like him. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I'm saying? You a little boy. You cannot play like him. You watching them play and you amazed. So we'll watch them play. Hey, it was so deep. They used to have a game called Elimination. And elimination was all the boys get in the basketball game. So you might be in the 5th grade and you out there playing with 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders, and 9th graders. Now the way the game went is when the person, when somebody get to a certain number, so many people got to get out the game. So if one of the older boys get to 11, depending on how many of y'all is, so many got to sit down. So if it's a certain number of y'all, he get to 11, 4 of y'all got to sit down. Now we the little boys. So within this big boy game, we got a game. We not winning. So we not in it to win. So we in it trying to see how long we can stay out there before we get eliminated. So if I get 3 points and one of the big boys finally get to 11 and they make everybody ain't got no points to sit down, I got 3, all the little boys my age sitting on the bench, they cheering for me. They're like, Stu still out there. Stu still out there. Now we know I'm a sit down soul. But they just excited that one of us didn't get eliminated. You know what I'm saying? That's the big excitement. So our game was a game within the game. We not finna win. So our game was which little boy could stay the longest. That's how you got props as a little boy. Which little boy could stay out there the longest with the big boys? And if you could stay out there the longest, man, they eliminate you, but you still be like, shoot, hi. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 points out there with some real hoopers. So we got a game within the game. Our game is how long we can stay. We not finna win. So this is the difference between my generation and the next generation. We don't care about losing. We know we gonna lose. We ain't old enough. We was real. We ain't have all them weirdo feelings. We ain't do make believe. You can't run fast as dude. You're not as big as dude. You can't ride your bike as big as dude. Dude could do a wheelie for 2 blocks. You could do a wheelie for 2 cars. It is what it is. Play your position. This is something I wish this young generation could experience. I wish the young generation could experience that, where you play your position. We play baseball. I'm the little boy. Dude on first base, dude on second base, dude on third base, dude shortstop, dude pitching, dude catching. They're going to put me where ain't nobody going to hit the ball because I'm a little boy. But when you're a little boy, you're a superstar, because when somebody finally hit the ball out there, everybody stop. when they finally hit the ball to me, the whole team watching and the other team watching, trying to see if Shorty gonna catch it. Is the little boy gonna catch it? And at first, it be up in the air. You don't know how to play. You don't know how to judge the ball. So you run up and go over your head. Everybody be cheering, go get it, go get it. And you run and get it and you throw it. Next time they hit it, you try to judge it, fall, it roll between your legs. You run and get it though. You hustle and get it and throw it. One day they hit it, and you do that, and you throw your glove up, and it go in there. Everybody be cheering. It finally went in there. And then once it go in there, as you keep playing, you get so that you could tell when it go in the air, your distance, your way of distance where it's gonna go get better and better. So you get to the point when they hit it, you can tell where it's gonna go. That's a skill you got to develop. So once you keep playing, you get to the point when they hit it, you know exactly where it's gonna go. You go back, but that takes time. You have to really play to know to judge that baseball. When they hit it, when you're a little boy, how you supposed to know where you supposed to position yourself when the ball's in the air? You don't know how far it's gonna go. And this is what I wish younger black kids would do, but they not gonna never have that experience because y'all ain't having no babies. And then when you don't have no babies, your kids don't experience a lot of the beauty in life. That's a fact. You so worried about money. You ain't having no babies. Y'all need to have some babies. When you don't have no babies, your kids grow up fucked up. I'm telling you, your kids grow up with no social skills or nothing. No sense of unity, nothing. They can't do nothing. They can't play. They ain't got nobody to play with. Nobody never looks at the downside of not having those babies. Having one baby sucks. They got to grow up. They ain't got nobody to play with in the house. You take away my sister, man, that would be horrible. I'm 6, she 5. I'm 7, she's 6. When mommy go to work, we in there making up stuff to do. I got somebody to play with. Imagine me just a single boy in that house with no little sister or a sister too young to play with. You want to have them kids close together so they have some camaraderie. You got to have babies, and they need to be close together. I'm telling you. Because when the babies is far apart, now you put too much burden on the older kid. Now the older kid got to be like a parent with a little brother, little sister. When they the same age, they like the same. So they get to guide each other. I'm 9, my sister 8. We both under the same rules. My mama gonna say I'm older, but she ain't really tripped because I ain't older like that. So we kind of both got to follow rules instead of all the pressure on me. It's not like I'm watching my little sister because we almost the same age. We watch the same cartoons. We do the same thing. So it's not like you watch your little sister, you do that. It's more like, I thought I told y'all to sit down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, I thought I told you to sit down and watch your little brother. It ain't like that. Well, my mama, come on, me and my sister, we eat, we both getting it. It's y'all. What y'all in here doing? Not like what I'm doing. I'm responsible for her. She old enough to do what mama told her what to do. So if she don't do what mommy told her to do, she getting a spanking from mommy. I ain't got to make you do what mommy told you to do. That ain't my job. I just got to make sure you don't do nothing, mess everything up for me and you and get us unalived in here. I'm going to do that. But if you do the wrong thing and go and play in mommy's makeup and stuff while I'm playing my toys, hey, mommy going to come, she going to deal with you. She ain't going to say I should have watched you. You too old for me to watch you. Shit, I'm 10, you 9. You know what to do and not to do. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm 10 and you 5, now I'm responsible. That's too much. Especially women. Women start having them babies back to back. That way you get rid of them quicker. Stop having them babies spread out. Not a big one gone. Now you still got this little one. I mean, it's cool, but if you could have them close, any real woman to tell you, yes, he right. I should have had them close. Because my big kid in high school and Junior still around here tripping. You know what I'm saying? Junior last. I wish he was as old as his brother. I wish this one was a sophomore and I wish he was a junior. You know, you don't want to have no sophomore and no second grader. That's like you stretching out mommy in. That's too much mommy in. You mommy in too damn long. Real talk. I mean, it's beautiful whenever you have kids. I'm just saying, typically, if you could, have them bad boys close together. But whenever you have them, it's beautiful. But the closer they are together, the more they look out for each other and the more they can play, the more fun they have. The easier it is to raise them, the easier it is to discipline them. You're basically teaching them all the same thing at the same time instead of teaching this one how to act at 10 and trying to help this one, it's 2, which is a trip. And it's a lot on the kid when you have a baby, because now I'm in ninth grade, I'm in 8th grade, I got to do this, I got to deal with my baby brother and sister, which is like parenting. And, I'm a kid. I want to be a kid. I don't want to be a daddy or a mommy. So now I got to help raise mommy baby, and that sucks. I don't want to raise mommy baby. Mommy need to raise her own goddamn baby. You know what I'm saying? Why I got to raise this baby? Where the idiot at? Y'all the one fuck that had this baby. I'm a kid. I don't want to be responsible for this baby. That's too much. When do I get to live my life? I got to spend my whole high school years being a babysitter. Come on, cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. I'm going to talk about something else. But yeah, this would be great. I would love to see Steph Curry go play with Wemby, and LeBron did it. LeBron didn't already mess the NBA up, so keep on team hopping. Why should he get all these all these great achievements from cheating? Because LeBron cheated. He hopped from team to team to win them. He didn't really win them like everybody else won them. He was hopping around. I just don't really like him like that. But since he did it, I don't think it's fair to the other players not to do it and let him get 4 rings for cheating from hopping from team to team. Now, Curry good. Why shouldn't Curry do it? If Curry did what LeBron did, Curry would have 10 rings by now. If Curry teamed hop, how many rings would he have? Look how long he's been sitting over there all this time. If he would have left, you telling me he wouldn't have won 2 more rings? He would have won 2 or 3 more rings. So I feel like just because LeBron cheated the system, Curry owed it to himself to go and get more achievement than LeBron. Curry need to go get some more rings. Because him and LeBron ain't supposed to be matched, to me. To me, they shouldn't be matched. They got 4 rings each, but LeBron was a team hopper and Curry got 4. If Curry was a team hopper, he'll have more than 4. So you can't compare LeBron hopping teams to somebody stayed and got 4 with one team. Curry's better than LeBron. He stayed on one team and got 4 rings. LeBron hopped around and got 4 rings. LeBron frequently faced criticism for changing teams. Critics often call this ring chasing. LeBron was chasing rings. Then he gonna try to act like he better than Curry. No, you not. Curry is way better than you. You went and got on fixed teams, right? Look what it said at the bottom, front office pressure. Detractors argue that James routinely pressured organizations to trade away young talent and draft picks for win-now veterans. leaving his former franchises depleted after his departure. So he have a team go get rid of all their young players. Then when he leave, you ain't got no good team. He goes somewhere else, make them go get players. Make them mess their team up and get somebody to help him win. Then he leave. And then he started playing like that. That's what I don't like him. He started playing like a weirdo diva. Yeah, I don't like the way he play. I don't like the way he carry himself or nothing. I don't like him. He play like a diva. He always out there crying and shit, big old dude like that, flopping. Cause he like a spoiled kid. He didn't come out of, come straight to the NBA and have everything his way. So we think everything's supposed to go his way. And he's not that great. He's not that. You can't get them accolades jumping from team to team. He got false accolades to me. LeBron got false accolades. How you gonna compare him to players that played like Jordan played with the Bulls all them years? How you gonna compare a team hopper to Jordan? He better than Jordan. If Michael would have odd teams, Michael would have had 12 rings. Come on, man. Come on, LeBron is not that good. LeBron cheated the system, okay? We ain't gonna act like Dwayne Wade didn't get that ring, okay? We ain't gonna act like Wade. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna act like Dwayne Wade didn't get them rings. We ain't gonna act like that, okay? That's why LeBron ruined Anthony Davis' career. Anthony Davis had to just run up and down the court, didn't get to touch the ball because LeBron was hogging the ball. Anthony Davis was a great player and never got to touch the ball because they don't need no center because they got the gun, LeBron the gun. He out there showing out. His whole game sucked. That's why a lot of the younger brothers like him because they weird just like LeBron. They weirdos too. They some old divas just like LeBron. That's why they like him. Because he a diva. All that stunning shit he was doing. Always upstanding the team. Never was like a team player. He never was a team player. It was always LeBron and the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? LeBron and the Cavs. LeBron and the Heat. He ruined the NBA. Look at the NBA now. It sucks. It do. The Knicks won. Don't nobody even know who they are. Tell me I'm lying. Nobody know who the Knicks. Nobody know who nobody is since LeBron. It used to be a time people knew the players. Since LeBron, nobody knows teams or nothing. We used to have to know teams, but LeBron turned it into just knowing single players. So a lot of ball players don't get no respect no more because they turned it into a one-man show. He ruined the NBA. It's all going to come out when he leave. When he leave, they're going to say LeBron ruined the NBA. Watch. He not going to be looked at as making the NBA better. He going to be recorded as ruining the NBA. Even to the point where he ruined the record keeping for the All-Star game. And instead of it's the West against the East, it's Team LeBron. So now that whole historical record that they kept all them records, East versus West, there's an asterisk during LeBron's career where it ain't East versus West. So now the record's going to be fucked up. Right? And they're going to watch. They're going to go back and make it the East against the West. And LeBron's whole career going to be an asterisk in the All-Star game. Then they're going to bring the East against the West right back. He messed the game up. What they say, Team LeBron. Right. And guess what the key word is? Trying. And how's that working? It's not. Because the younger generation, of men is ain't even is gang members and stuff ain't even watching that shit. Ain't nobody watching that shit. Because that's what people want to say. They want to say, I'm older, right? Because I'm older and saying this. But that ain't got nothing to do with it. If they would have kept it the same way, they would have kept going fan bases the same way me. It was older people watching it, and then I started watching. Then people after me started watching it. I'm not the Bulls age with Michael Jordan. I'm the Bulls age with uh, uh, the older Bulls with Artis Gilmore and them. I'm not the Michael Jordan Bulls. I was older then. I'm not that Bulls. I'm the Bulls before that. And then I was still the same when the next Bulls came. How you gonna appeal to the younger generation when you're not generational? It's not generational no more. The only way to appeal to generations is to keep the shit the same way so it get passed down. Once you change it, that's anti-generational. How's something gonna be generational when you change the record keeping? That's anti-generational. The only way to keep the generation is to keep the shit the same. That's the only way. Changing it destroys it. Look at music. Changing it destroyed music. Going from albums. They went from albums, right? I'm gonna tell you facts. They went from albums. Then they went to these big old 8 tracks. Then that flopped. Then they jumped to cassettes. Then that flopped. Then they jumped to DVD. CD. Then that flopped. Now they digital. How's that working out? It's not. They destroyed music. They destroyed the fans. They destroyed everything. You barely have any concerts anymore. When a concert comes, every blue moon, that changed and destroyed music. The only thing makes something pass down is if it's historical. Once you take away the historical factor, you ruin it. Once you take baseball and say, at the end of the ninth inning, at the 10th inning, a man automatically on second base. Let me ask you something, doctor. Let's take baseball. Now, when it goes into extra innings, you don't have to hit the ball. A man starts out at second base. Does that help baseball? Yes or no? Is that good for the next generation in baseball? That now, if you go to the 10th inning, they start out with a man on second base. Does that help baseball generationally for the younger generation? Is that helping the younger generation? Yes or no? Simple question. Let's just take baseball. If you start the ninth inning with a man on second base, he ain't got to hit the ball or nothing. They just automatically put a man on second base. Does that help baseball survive generations? Yes or no? Is that good for the next generation? Yes or no? Take your time. Somebody else. If baseball changed the rules, and now if it goes into the ninth inning and is tied, the 10th inning, a man automatically started second base. Does that help generations keep watching baseball? Anybody? Yes or no? Does that help generations watch baseball? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Because he said they trying to bring in younger generations. You can't bring nobody in when you change the shit. The only thing bringing younger generation if the shit stay the same. What are we doing? The only thing gonna bring in younger generation if that the daddy take his son and they watching the same base basketball. If the daddy watch one basketball and the son watching a different basketball, that's not gonna help basketball. Not none. That's not gonna pass the sport down. The sport gonna die. Because you're gonna throw away a whole generation for the few young people. And all the other people not gonna be interested no more. How they gonna help? So chasing away the fans you already got for a few new fans helps? Really? That's a good move economically? Is it a good move economically to bring in young people and run all of everybody else out? Generations, because there's a lot of generations. Run all them out and bring in a handful of new people. You think that's a good business move? You think any business could survive running away its long-time customers like that for a handful of new people? That's a good business move. You would do that? Because what they saying NBA viewership is up, right? They say NBA viewership is up. They say it's not going down. You know why they say NBA viewership is up? Because when you're selling stocks and stuff, you got to say that. But NBA viewership is not really up based on the audience. NBA viewership is up because you satelliting it to Africa and all that. So they ain't telling the truth, right? So when you in business, they manipulate the numbers. So I just searched it. It say NBA viewership is up, which is correct. But it's up because you're getting players from Africa and players like that. So you're getting views from overseas. But it's not up based on your original audience. It's down. But they in business. So when you search business, they ain't going to tell the truth. Adam Silver had destroyed the NBA. Who remembers when the NBA All-Star game, when they start pausing the dunk contest to park a car so you could jump over a car? Remember Kenny and Charles Barkley? Remember how they ruined the NBA All-Star game? Bringing in all them props and slowing it down, making it like unexciting. You got to wait forever for them to park the car. Y'all remember when the All-Star game, when they had the dunk contest, and remember they would make us wait, and then they would park a car, and then dude would get the ball and jump over the car and miss the dunk 3 times? y'all, y'all remember when dudes would miss the dunk so much, they would have to just dunk it regular? Who remember? Who really watched it to remember when it flopped? Remember when dudes tried to do, they had these stunts and they made us wait forever. And dude messed the stunt up 3 times? Who remember when a dude have a stunt and once he missed the first time, was the second try exciting? No. Hey, when they had the dunk contest and dude had a fantastic dunk and he do something fantastic and miss, was the second try exciting? No. As far as I was concerned, you shouldn't have got a second try. Let's just move on. You missed. Now, the third try was definitely ridiculous, but it was never that same excitement if you missed the first try. If I had the dunk contest, if you miss, that's it. You get 1 try. You don't get no 2 or 3 tries. After that, we done already seen the dunk. The only thing make it great, we don't see what you're going to do. Three tries with the same dunk. Remember how much air would be out the room? When he finally get it, everybody give you a 7. You know what I'm saying? You keep trying to do the same dunk. Bro, it's not even exciting no more. Go sit your goofy ass down. Like, they ruined the NBA. Then remember they brought the girls in the NBA? Man, we don't want to see no damn girls in no NBA. Remember they brought the girls, they brought the women in the NBA All-Star game? That was good. Because the WNBA couldn't hold its own weight. Have a WNBA All-Star game. Why you bring them bras over here to the man thing? That didn't hurt the NBA? Seeing them women out there? Because this ain't the WNBA, this is the NBA. But why is these WNBA women in the NBA All-Star game? This is the NBA All-Star game. Remember they started bringing women? They started bringing the women into the... It's the celebrity gang trash. I'm proving my point with Doctor. You keep it the same. When you're doing something historical and you're doing it since 1960 something, you don't change it. Once you change it, you can't keep no historical record no more. You've got to keep a historical record, and the only way for the historical record to be valid is it's got to be the same. Once you change it, you destroy all the historical value, and now it's trash. The NBA All-Star game is trash. Once they start doing Team LeBron against Team Durant, they erased all that old history. Bird and Magic and Dr. J, all of that, they erased it. Where they done made LeBron and gonna call the shit Team LeBron. Now, let me break this down. Now, imagine if LeBron played with the Lakers and I play with Seattle or something. Now we trying to beat the Lakers, right? The Lakers is a team we trying to beat because we trying to get to the finals, right? So if I play with Seattle and LeBron is my opposition, do I want to play on a fucking Team LeBron? So that's disrespect right there. I don't mind playing on the West, but I don't want to play on no Team LeBron. I don't like LeBron. I'm the Spurs. As a Spur, I don't want to play on no Team LeBron. That was total disrespect. I'll play on the West. But how you going to have my opposition be the leader of my team? I don't make no sense. That was ultimate disrespect. Because the way it worked was this. It's the East against the West. If the West win, everybody in the West is happy because that means we might got the best players. So if whoever from the West go to the finals, whoever from the West might win in the finals. Right? So if I'm the Spurs and the West win the All-Star game, that makes me think that if us as the Spurs, if we meet a team in the East, we might win. They took all that away. That's what made it exciting. Because the only reason you on the West and you cheering for the West because you on the West. And that means that y'all might got the best division, so y'all might win the championship. Who the hell is Team Durant? What that got to do with anything? Who in the hell want to play? And the players weak because they should have said, I don't want to play on no Team LeBron. LeBron is an op. If I'm a, listen, which one of y'all was hoopers that don't play on the Lakers that would want to play on Team LeBron? Just keep it real. If you was a basketball player on any team in the West but the Lakers, and if you was a Laker, would you want to play on Team LeBron? Keep it real. Because if I play on the Lakers, LeBron ain't my boss. He's just another player like me. I'm not playing on no goddamn Team LeBron. The coach is the coach, but LeBron is a player just like me. What the hell you mean, Team LeBron? I would have complained. Them suckers went and did it. What that got to do with what the NBA tell you what to do? I'm asking you a question. Would you have changed it? Yes or no? I don't want y'all that make-believe stuff. They say this. Would you have changed it? Would you have changed it from East to West and made it Team LeBron? Yes or no? I don't like all that. Commit. If it was you, would you have changed it from East versus West? Real simple. I like it straight. I want to know where you stand. I don't want to hear all this. I want to know where you stand. Would you have changed it? Exactly. End of story. It don't matter what they say. They shouldn't have did it, is my point. They shouldn't have did that. Once you change it, you disrespected history. Watch this. I don't get it. Ridiculous, to say the least. Look, they don't even got the shit in order. Look, I'm trying to find it. They don't even got it in order. I tell you, man, our kids is gonna be our kids gonna be the most unprofessional. These gonna be the most unprofessional kids ever. This new young generation. They're not gonna know how to do nothing. They're gonna be totally unprofessional. I'm telling you. Look, I can't even find it. I'm telling you. They're gonna be totally unprofessional. They're not gonna have no professionalism. Okay, look. Now, what fool would change this? Look. Who would change this? 1951. Look, 1951. East versus West. East versus West. East versus West. Look at all this history. 1951. East versus West. Right? Now look at this. Look, East versus West. See, look, 2018. Team LeBron. Team LeBron, Team LeBron, Team LeBron, Team LeBron. Look, Team LeBron, Team Steph, Team LeBron, Team Giannis, Team LeBron, Team Giannis, Team LeBron, Team Durant, Team LeBron, Team Durant. Look, look how they let LeBron ruin it. What the hell is 2005? Chuck's Global Stars, Shaq Stars, USA Stars, USA Stripes, USA. What the hell? Look at this shit. So now my question is, what was the point of all of this? Why why would you why would you ruin your history? Make it make some sense. So when they go in the future, this is all gonna be trash. This is all gonna be trash. In the future, they're gonna regret all of this. They're gonna say from 2018 to 2027, we disrespected the history of the NBA. That's what they did. And that fits this young generation. Because the young generation is just as stupid as they can get. They got no sense of historical importance or nothing. They just all over the goddamn place. Look, they even had to change the color. Look at the color. Look, they couldn't even give it no color. Look. So all of this you threw away. All of this history. Look at all this history. From 1951, you got a historical documented of the NBA, the East versus the West. We know who won how many times and all that. You get a bunch of new weirdos, which is basically what we got. They got no sense of respect for past history. And now it's Team LeBron. And it's going to go in history that LeBron ruined the NBA. Right there is proof that LeBron ruined the NBA because it was the West. All of a sudden, 2018, they put that fool, they put his name. And then it's so messed up that every time it's his name and nobody else's name, which is total disrespect. They didn't let nobody else be the team leader. But they changed the other side, but they never changed LeBron. Look, LeBron, 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 LeBron. Then finally they got sick of LeBron. And I don't know what the hell this Chuck and Shaq. I don't know what the hell this, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know. I don't know. Look at this here. No respect for history. Man, this is a disgrace. That's that stupid ass Anderson Silver. Get rid of the NBA commissioner. Get rid of that light bulb head ass fool. He ruined the NBA. Look, why would you change something from 1951? 1951. You throw that away? That's history. Why would you change the history of the NBA? Why? Now it's going to be a big asterisk. Remember, I said it first. All of this is going to be an asterisk. Watch. All of this, 2018, going to be an asterisk to 2027. You're going to go back historically, and now they don't know who won the most. We don't know if the West won the most or the East. They threw all that away. And how does this help the next generation? and tie them in historically. Make it make some sense. This is good for the next generation that they not historically, man. See what I'm saying? Now, how that's good for me if I'm young and I can't win for the East or the West because you got rid of it. So I don't go in the record books like everybody else. And now instead of me playing for the East, which is respectful, you got me playing with Team LeBron. And I don't even like LeBron. LeBron is out. I'm trying to beat LeBron. This just show you the disrespect. How you gonna take other NBA players and say I'm on Team LeBron and LeBron I'm competing against LeBron? Which one of y'all playing on a team that's playing against LeBron would want to play on Team LeBron? Let's just keep it real. So you telling me if I play for Phoenix or the Suns or Seattle that I would want to play on Team LeBron? I'm trying to beat LeBron. I didn't already told you if it ain't keep a tradition, it's trash. It's trash. It's trash. You don't keep records of tradition for nothing. So you're asking me, how do I feel about throwing away records from 1951? How do I feel about recording from 1951 to 2018 and then throwing it in the garbage? That's this young generation. The young generation is trash. I'm telling you, y'all straight trash. I got love for y'all. Y'all suck. Y'all is trash. Y'all got no sense of history, no respect for your elders, no respect for nothing. You can't even keep records that was kept from your great grandparents. What fool would want to erase records that been kept from that long? What fool would do that? What fool would find that not important? It'd be like, man, the hell with all them records we kept. Of all the hard work of the people that built the game for you, and you disrespect them and change it. Because they the ones built basketball. You playing in their honor. It make how you come in and disrespect the people that created the game and built the game. The Bob Cousy's and all of them. How you disrespect that? That's this young generation. They come in, they disrespect everybody that made it possible for what they do. Without them people from back then, wouldn't be no NBA. They did all that work, and you just throw away their contribution to the game. Because you think because you young, history don't matter. That's what's wrong with the young generation right now. Not knowing that when you do that, you ain't going to matter. You're throwing your own stupid ass away. Because that means 20 years from now, you ain't shit. They're going to throw you in the garbage. You're teaching the kids to disrespect you. If I teach my kids to disrespect my great granddaddy, then I'm teaching my great great grandkids to disrespect me. Tell me I'm lying. I'm saying, hey, y'all, all y'all in the future, I ain't going to be, none of us going to be shit. If I say everybody before me ain't shit, that means in the future I ain't shit. That means everything we doing ain't worth nothing either. That's the young generation. That damn, they never should have put that dude. That dude was not qualified to run the NBA. He don't even carry himself like no athlete either. He looked like a goddamn nerd. He don't even look like he could play no sport. Why is this dude the commissioner of the NBA? Anyway, Keep it real. Does this look like a good commissioner for the NBA? No. Ain't nothing athletic about him. He looked like he just in there based on connections, money connections, based on who we know. He don't look like he's in there based on no NBA. Not to me. And he get his stupid ass in there and throw all the history away. Unbelievable. But it's a sign of the times. And you know, when you start doing that, what's the bottom line? That means you're getting to the end. That's what it means. It means it's the last days. Everything you got gonna get destroyed. Oh, you want to destroy history? All right. Mother Nature want to destroy your history. That's what it means. You promoting your own destruction. You saying wipe everything out. That's why it's 1,000 degrees across Europe. That's why the weather tripping. Because you don't got no respect. You're a bunch of disrespectful humans. You don't respect your elders. You don't respect nothing. If you don't respect history, you don't respect the earth, because the earth is history. You don't respect the trees. How long it took for the planet to get all these trees. You like cut them down. But the planet had trees for thousands of years. You cut them down. The planet had oceans for thousands of years. You're like, oh, we can throw pollution in there. That ain't nothing. Nothing matters to you. Nothing. Nothing matters to you. You don't have no respect for history. Anytime you don't have no respect for history, you don't have no future. You don't have no future. Victory. William O'Ree is considered to be a pioneer, or the Jackie Robinson of hockey, for being the first Black player in the National Hockey League. Born in Fredericton, New Brunswick, O'Ree learned to skate when he was 3 years old. He loved to skate any chance he could. Then he started to play organized hockey when he was 5 years old. In 1875, Oliver Lewis became the first jockey to win the Kentucky Derby, America's longest continuous sporting event. Lewis was only 19 years old when he entered the first Kentucky Derby. The race was held at what was then the Louisville Jockey Club on May 17, 1875, but is now known as Churchill Downs. Arthur Lee Shell Jr. was born November 26, 1946. He was an American professional football player and coach. He played as an offensive tackle in the American Football League and later in the National Football League for the Oakland Raiders, and also when they became the Los Angeles Raiders.